Okay guys, let's start work with the part 2 of this project. So what I want to do is I want to be able to save all of this data straight onto the database, and I think towards the end of it I'm going to have to use JavaScript to restrict most of the entries that I made in here. But first thing first, let's create our database. Let's come straight to PHP my admin and click on the tab there, and there we go. So what I'm going to do is right inside login, that's where I'm going to put my table. So the name of the database is going to be called login. So that's the one I'm going to have to call. And what I just need to do is click on new, because I'm not going to be using all of the input here. I'm just going to use, let's go for the school and the academic here, name of the candidate and all of the subjects. So let's come in here. So click on new. In total, let's see, that's this, we have 6 and 12, that's 14. I have 14 here, that's 10, 12, 14. Yeah, okay, with the ID that'll be 15. So let's come in here and just click on new. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to make this in total here. I'm gonna have to add the email as well, because I can always use the email to check on double input or double entry into the database. So here I already have 4, so I'm just going to add 12 to it. That will make it 16, and let's just give it a name. I'm going to call it student. Let's say student data. There. So that's the name of my table, student data. I'm going to click on go. There we go. My table is now ready for me to enter the names of each candidate, but the first one is going to be ID, and I'm going to make that about maybe 11. And this ID, let's come in here, you see right here, I'm going to check that. Okay, let's check that, so to auto increment for me, and I will also select that as my primary key and click on OK. So that's taken care of. Now the next data that I'm going to enter will be the school and the year. So let's come in here and just click on school. We want the academic year. Then here we want first name, I want the surname and email. Okay, so let's come right down. Then now I need the subject, that will be games. I have games in there, and after games what do I have? Animation, business. Let's go for animation business. And after business we have software testing, object oriented and computing. Software testing, object oriented, computer science or computer studies, systems, something like that. Yeah, okay. Then we have project. The project is double award, that's why I said project multiplied by 2. If you add all of these together, there's 6 here. With the project, that's 8 units in total. So let's enter the project. Come right down here, just enter, click on that, and that's the project there. And the next one is the total score, average and classification. There we go. So I'm just going to, for the classification, that will be virtual, and let's enter 250 there, and maybe 30 here. Okay, another 30 here, 30. Oh, that's projects. Yeah, okay, that's fine. These are just the units. so I'm going to make those ones 30 characters maximum, and business 30, animation, games. Okay, in the case of email will be virtual, and make that 250 plus 255. Name 255. First name 255 as well. Academic here, let's just say 30 there. And the school, we can make that 255 as well. The academic here, let's change that to date. And that is all there is to it. So my student data is ready. So all we just need to do now is to click on save. So have a good look at it. I'm going to scroll down so that you guys can do the same. You can always change it to whatever you want. Okay, now let's come right here and save. Click on save. There we go. Yeah, my database is saved now. Okay, I can now call this. So what I'm going to do is go into my, let's create another PHP program that will call this very login and this table called student data. All right, so that's sorted. Okay, let's go back to my Notepad++. So I'm going to click on new, and let's go to the language. Let's select PHP, and I might as well just save this. Verify. Let's save it as student database. Let me put an S there. With an S. Okay. Student DB with an S. Save. Good. Now, the first thing is, let's enter greater than question PHP. Let's close that. Alright, so I will now call the following. So if I go into my program here, I want to be able to address all of these. The first one I want to address would be the school. Where is the school? There we go. That's the school. I want to be able to call this name. So I'm going to click on school, copy that, and right underneath here, let's say $, school equals $, underscore post, and let's enter the school in there, square brackets. Okay, and let's close that up. So the order will be the other. Let's copy that and just paste it, then we use that to populate the rest. And in total I have 15 of those anyway that I intend to call. So the next one will be academic. Right, academic. Let's come right down here. That is it. Call that very name. Copy. And I'm going to paste academic here and just paste it here as well. And followed by first name. And first name inside the post. So we take care of surname. Surname right here. Then we have email. And email here as well. And so on, guys. Okay, that is that done. The next thing I'm going to do now is to use an if statement to determine the state of each input. So I'm going to say if not empty, let's enter not there, then we type in empty there. So the first one is going to be school. So copy that, paste that in here. The school will be in a bracket there, and the next one will be academic. So I'm going to copy that, and this time around I will use all. So just that's how we enter all, paste that in there, then that will be for academic if academic 2 is not empty, and followed by first name and surname. Okay, let's take care of first name first, then we take care of the surname there, and so on. That's how I'm going to check it all. Okay, let's speed that up. And right there, guys, so what I'm going to now do is to open up the curly braces here, and in here the first thing I would do now, let's just close this up. The first thing I'm going to do is let's enter host. The host equals, that is going to be local host, the local host there. And what about my, let's say database user, database username, that is going to be root. There we go. And let's close that up. Then we need the database password. The password is empty, so I'm just gonna say db password is going to be empty in there, right there. That's empty. Now what about the database name? DB name. The database name, if you guys, as you guys can still remember, is called login. Yeah, that is where all my database is inside. Login, that's it right here. Okay, so let's go back in here, and the database name, as you can still recall, is called student data. The table is called student data, I mean. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we now want to connect the whole database. So let's come right down here. I'm just going to define my own connector variable. In there is going to be connect equals new my SQL I, okay, and the host. Let's get the host on board, comma, we want the database name, password, and so on. Database name, password, paste that in there, and the database name itself there. Okay, let's close that up. Now I'm going to use an if statement to check if there's any error. So if there's an error, I would like it to just die. So I'm going to say if connection error, let's come in here and just say MySQL SQLI underscore connection connect error, actually underscore connect error. Close that up. Coil braces, then now say die. Okay, what I want to die is going to be connect error. Open up that, and that will be the connector error. This one, copy that, paste that in here. There. Okay, so let's enter parentheses, full stop, quotes, and full stop. Then there we go. Now else, what we want to do now is to use selection statement. So let's enter that and say select equals select there. And where is it selecting from? I want you to validate the whole selection from my email. So first thing, let's put this in a quote, and that will be email, and then the name of my table from student data. That is the name of my table itself. Okay, and that will be where the email must be unique value, and right there must be unique value. So the next thing is, let me insert equals insert, and that will be into the database itself. That is it right here. Copy the name of that database and just paste it in here. Now let me enter the fields. So the first field is school, and comma, there is academic. Double click on that, comma. After the academic, I have first name, comma, surname, comma, email, and so on. The next one are all the subjects, games, comma, we have after game, yeah, animation, and after the animation, comma, what else do we have? We have business. So I'm going to press enter here so that we can continue. And I have software, then object oriented, comma, object oriented. Where is the objects? Okay, object oriented, there we go, comma, and after the object oriented I have computer systems. Yeah, after computer system we have the project, comma, what else do we have? We have total score, we have average, and we have verify. There, those are all the data. Then I'm going to just, let's close that up here. Yeah, now, and I want to say value, let's say just a value equals, let's just enter question mark for all of the value. There will be in total there will be 15. So, enter another one there. So just, I can just copy and just paste it. And there we go. And there, that's 16 in total, and let's just close up the speech mark there. Right, so that's taken care of. Now let's prepare the statement for whatever input that we have in there. So I'm going to say statement. So let's, that should be C, and so on. Really, the statement is that'll be equals, let's call the variable that we declared up there, connect to prepare, and let's select, close that bracket, and so on. Okay, there guys, I now have all of my prepared statement to validate that. So, and if there's nothing in there, I want you to close. So else let it insert all of the above. Okay, those are all of the name of my columns there, and I also want you to then get it executed. All right. And I will also like the system just to let us know if there's new record added. So if there's new record added, I want this message, new record inserted, else someone else already have the data that we have on the email. Okay, and that's all there is to it. So I'm going to save this and we'll run it and see how it's going to look like. Alright, so let's get rid of that and just save it. I just had to speed this up because of time. Okay, have a good look at the lines of code, then we run it again. Run it and you guys see how it works. Hopefully there's no error. Yeah. Okay. All right, before we can run it, the name of this is called student database with an S. So let's come in here on the form. Let's come to form, that will be database, yeah, with an S. So I'm just calling this very connector that we just created now. Okay. Right. Okay, it looks all right to me. So let's come back in here and make sure it's saved, and save this as well. All right. So let's go to our browser and just click on refresh. Then we enter some data. There we go. That's my database. So come in here, that's the browser. Let's refresh, and I'm just going to enter some. I already have some data in here. Nothing will happen because these two buttons are not connected to anything yet. So let's just enter some grades in here. Let's make this up. There won't be anything in here because 1, 2 and 3 are locked up, right? But we can open it and just see. Let's enter data here and just make that up. Let's speed that up. I've entered all of the data, but I have a feeling I may end up with error because of this very place. Okay, let's go back to the codes. Let's come in here and right inside the code, let's go to where I have it as. I just need to delete. Okay, you see this? I'm going to get rid of those for now so that I can enter some data in there. And I also need something. And I will also need this. I need this button to carry out one or two things. I've already called this type submit anyway, so hopefully that should do the work. Okay, let's just get rid of this and see. I'm going to cut it off so that I can replace and do that. Let's cut and get rid of this as well. I will always replace them. Now save. Let's go in here and refresh the whole lot. Okay, I can enter data in here now. There. So let's click on academic grades. There, you see, new record inserted. That's good. So now let's check our table here. This is my table, so let's go to browse, and all I just need to do, oh, look at it, yeah, I'm very excited. It's working. That's good. That is good. Okay, new record inserted. So let's go. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, and I will see you guys shortly.